Hello everybody, you are watching Ero Ps F3. This is round 6 and we are at the Autodromo Monza, or whatever, I don't know how to say it. Either way, we will have 18 drivers today, not 16, there's just a 2 people joining a bit late. They will get there hopefully. And I'm very excited today. This is going to be a very, very quick 27 laps around the Temple of Speed. I am, as always, your host, Liam Cross. Not joined by anyone, at least as of right now. We're going to see. We're waiting on Alex Slim and Rover Behipi, who are not currently here. Slim, nowhere to be found. But you know, what can you do? What can you do? Either way, let's get the settings ready so you can thoroughly enjoy this amazing track as I get a track map up. We would like to do a flying lap as always, especially around such a fantastic circuit such as Monza. That is the tiniest image ever. What am I supposed to do with that? Found it. Perfect. Either way, so first person to the lap time is and that is way too loud. Let me get in those settings. Audio settings. Turn the master volume down for your guys' enjoyment. Mercaroni. She allowed a few people to go past it. Ooh, unless I just got this horribly wrong. Either way, we're going to always Mercaroni. So very, very, very important to get a very good exit coming out of turn 11 of Parabolica. Down the main straight, one of the fastest, longest straights we have coming into the Variante del Ritornello. Braking very heavily, just under the 150 meter board, getting it turned in turn 2, probably 18 on 4th gear, as Mercaroni does. Done another long straight, the Curva Grande. Using a bit of the green Astro on the outside, a very, very tight line. Braking to the 100 meter board, coming into the Della Ruggia. Beautiful stuff, tapping the apexes here, entering the Lesmo section. The first Lexmo, very, very nicely done, keeping it in 5th gear, flying through. Susie's crashed somewhere on track. 5th gear for the second Lesmo as well, down the second DRS straight. The Curva, the Sergilo, for the tunnel section, braking just after 100 metres for Ascari, one of the best corners in possibly F1. When you get it perfect, it feels amazing. Down the final straight, heading down to the Curva Parabolica. Around the final corner in the 5th gear, flat out to the line from here. Essentially a drag race this circuit, and what's it going to be for Mercaroni? It's going to be P3 at 1:20.6. 4 tenths of pole, but still, what I'd say, a very, very nice lap time indeed. And if there was time to gain, I do believe Mercaroni will be able to find it. Everyone's setting quite similar lap times, as there's only 11 corners on this circuit, and not surprising to find out that, how do I say it? Not many places to go wrong, but which also means not many places to go right. Iwan, Rogerwell and Emre are serving a qualifying ban, which is when they've retired. Susie, however, has crashed in the pit lane. Oh no, not in the pit lane. I don't know where he's crashed, but he's crashed nevertheless. Ivan Karakov from F2 formerly will now be joining us. He was in F3 in season 7 as well, but after a bit of a rebalancing of the tiers and people not being able to attend certain races, Ivan Karakov is with us, a very, very fast driver indeed. So happy to have him around, clipping those apexes. Not quite as fast as Mercaroni, getting straight to the track, but this is his first race in this tier. So who knows how hard he's practiced, who knows how much he's going to push. Maybe in the race he flies away, but in qualifying he's a bit slow. We don't know. I am excited to find out. 53.6 entering the second sector. Only essentially one corner to go. Ascari does count as 3 corners, but they're so crucial to each other. They're so important. The flow of the corners. If you get one of them wrong, you've got it all wrong. It essentially is one corner. Coming around the final corner, however, what can Ivan Karakov do? His 7 all that time in F3. It's in P6. A 120.5. A lovely, lovely little lap time. Porbek coming through as well to set a 120.8, but staying P10. I'm excited to see who else can set a lap time. There's only a few people on track, including Yollerman. Porbek or Banks managing to go to a 120.3, which is a really nice lap time. Really nice lap time from him. One of the fastest guys since he signed up earlier this month. No, this is October the 1st, not this month, last month. And Laxa, the underdog. No, not the underdog. But he on pole position currently. Oh dear. Let's go on board with Yulman, the only man on a lap time right now, so it makes sense why you look at anyone else. Not yet to set a lap time. Coming around the Lesmo corners, just getting on board. Oh, shifting up to P7 now. We got a yellow flag. It is the pullback going a bit slowly. Run out of fuel. Means that he's pushing the car to the absolute limit. So still a good thing, I would have to say. 53.4, so 2 tenths up in Ivan Karakov's time. So could be shaping himself up for a front row start. Possibly, you never know. Ascari looks to be a very good lap time from him. What's it going to be? Around Parabolica. Ooh, goes a bit wide at the apex. Very wide Parabolica going wide. Shouldn't have hurt his time too much, but we're going to see coming across the line. What's it going to be? It's going to be a P9, a 120.6, but absolutely out of shape in the final sector. Not what you want to see. I'm going to take this time to very quickly let everyone know about what happened last time out. So provisionally, Temesis took the win. And he stays. No penalties affecting him. Look out, unfortunately, speeding into the pit lane, ruining his race. Susie, however, moves up a position, and so does Farga and Lockegg, because of the unfortunate Porbek getting an unsafe rejoin penalty and a illegal overtake, demoting him 15 seconds from P2 to P10. Really unfortunate stuff. Lots of people being boosted up there. Banks getting a penalty of his own, getting another one that got appealed, a bit of drama in the chat. Lots of controversy over who was at fault and who wasn't. We're going to see as Ennis actually coming around the final corner. Very, very quick second sector, but no, not into pit lane, but a very tight line. It's going to be a 120.1, putting him into pole position, 2 tenths ahead of his teammate. That is lovely, lovely stuff. Very, very happy to see Ennis on pole. Not quite had a break like that so far. Laxa coming around the final corner as well. Can he beat Ennis's time? Yes, he can, and that is so marginal. That is 0.04 of a second. Wow, that is tight. The two teammates have clearly been practicing this. Macaroni going forward as well now, as I believe Reloadia, White, Parabolica. But these lap times are very, very nice to see. Yollerman going for a second lap here. Wow, this looks like it's going to be a very tight end to the session. Next up is Temesis pushing to the line. Not sure if he's going to do pole. Is he? Oh, 120.1. This is getting very, very tight. Only 1/10 in between the top 4. Wow, next up, Barry Kruger, who's saying 3 minutes 40 apparently. I struggle to believe that. No, it's a 125. A man from F4 pretty well. We're going to give him a chance here. If you ask, you receive. That is the moral of the story. Either way, looking at the drivers' standings, currently Lockett Clout is on top. Not racing today. He had a handball competition, I want to say. Or basketball. 85 points for Lockett, followed by Tunisia with 68, and a drop down to Murphy with 49 and P3. Banks, 39, missed the first two races, but he's making up for lost time. And then Gio, Alpo, Madroni, Varga, Andres, Susie, all very close together. Susie, the best reserve as of now. And Goldstick still in the fight, not being able to race recently. We hope to see him back on the grid very soon. Life takes over, unfortunately. There's not much you can do about it. What's the time going to be for Ivan Belov? It's a 53.3. 3 times off in his last time. Gio going slowly. Gio going slowly in the final sector, and I believe Cameron Rogan showing some support as the Ferrari of Banks looking the wrong way. I'm not sure how that happened quite either way. Ivan Character, what's the time gonna be? Oh, 120.2 putting in P5. Very, very close to par. I think this is going to be a very, very interesting shootout. And yes, it was Banks looking the wrong way out of the Starry. Quite late on in the straight to lose it, so I'm not too sure what's happened, but oh well. And Borbeck, 2 times off in his time. Where's it going to put him? Only P11 or 120.6. There's a big gap between bottom 4 and top 8. I say big gap, it's only a 10th. But it seems so big when everyone's so close together. Nice to see the entire field only 6 tenths separated. I'm sure Emre, Susie, Roger and Ivan could have branched that gap even closer. Wheeler Deer going to 10, and I believe Andreas coming around the final corner. A lovely little second sector. What's the time gonna be? So 120.6, well, that keeps him where he is. That's not what he would have wanted. And then, yeah, Apo is also actually on a qualifying ban, I may add. He's only allowed to do 1 installation lap. To confirm his setup, he's coming out, we're watching him go. If he ignores the qualifying ban and actually sets a flying lap, he gets another qualifying ban, and then I believe it might boost him up in PP so that he would get another qualifying ban. So I really hope he doesn't have to get a qualifying ban here, but we will see. F3, is anyone there? Where is Eric Slim? Susie's wheel has disconnected. That's really unfortunate. Apo going very wide and turning up. That is to let someone through, so I can't blade it too much. Andreas coming around the final set, so I may have been wrong. He was on an out lap before. Now he's on the real lap. What's it going to be? Coming down the final straight. Revving away. Into the curve of Parabolica. Oh, doesn't look like the fastest sector. A bit too tight to the line, and yeah, I believe he may be out of fuel actually as he heads into the pit lane. Not much of a surprise. Kinesis trying to sell a lap time. What's it going to be? Oh, 120.1. No, I think that was also... I don't know anymore. Hopefully he's not being blocked by your teammate. No. Safely done by Gio letting his teammate through, which means he's on a flying lap. One of the championship leaders here. One of the only men with 2 wins to his name. We're going to see what happens. The Haas is getting out of the way. Good stuff. Purple sector. He is flying through Monza currently. Into the first Lesmo. Can he hug the apex? Yes, he can. Lovely stuff. Even I don't think I could do that. Into the second apex on the curb. Absolutely pedal to the metal. Driving as well as he can. Coutinho would like the sound to be dropped a bit, so I am going to do that. In a second, I'm just going to let Tunisia go through it. No, he's invalidated into Scari and he's going to abort his lap. That is horrible to see. Let me know if this is any better with Coutinho. We're on 2 now. Or is there something specifically you would like to hear? The engines are quite loud actually, so I'm going to drop the engine sounds a bit. Just for you, Coutinho. Where's the engine sound? There's no engine sound. Okay, I don't know anymore. But we'll see either way. Is this okay? Let me know if this is okay. Well, there's only one more setting. There's one. Is one what you want? Could you not maybe slow down your own commentary, or is it? Am I quiet? Is the issue that I'm quiet? 2-9. Either way, Geo in the middle sector flying away. Can he do what Demesis couldn't? Yet to set a rapid lap time, but I know he has the pace in him. He was the pole sitter from last time out in Bahrain. Flying through Scari, breaking beautiful 2999 or whatever that is there. Oh, I see what you mean. I'll go to 2999. Getting a toe from Temesis. This is lovely stuff. When is Temesis going to pull out? Now he does. Hopefully not going too wide for a Geo and Curva Parabolica. Nope, he has nailed it. That was a fantastic slipstream. Perfectly legal. What's the lap time going to be? Say, oh, puts in P2 at 120.0. 34. That is lovely stuff. Wow, incredible stuff. Ivan Belov setting his next lap time. Got a yellow flag in the middle sector. I'm not sure what's going on. This guy is getting ready to start their laps. Okay. No cheating, thankfully. As Ennis invalidates his final sector. But I'm pretty sure I would like to say there. Yeah. And Apo also entering the pit lane. So I don't think he's at a lap time. Good man. Serving his qualifying ban. Like to see it. Oh, Gio. Crashing into the wall, but honestly, he's already said it. And Laxa going at 119.8. Wowee. That is a fascinating lap time, and he's now going to give the toe to Ennis. You'd have to think. Like 119.8. That is probably quicker than my lap times, if I'm being honest. I am a modest person. Barry Kruger only being able to go to P10. This field is getting incredibly tight now. Andreas, the next man to set a lap time or not? No, 5 seconds off the pace, but he's going to get to set one more lap time. Didn't use much of the ERS, so this is, wow, this is looking like a real good final shootout. Horbeck also getting ready to set his final lap time. Ivan Karakov has to set a lap time now, and it's looking good. It is looking really good. And that is pole, 119.6. Whoa, fantastic stuff from him, followed by a Geo who's going into the pit lane. Wow, 2 seconds ahead of Lax's already incredible time. McCauley is not commentating, and I can't see the field now. Banks spinning at Curva Parabolica, not going to be able to set a lap time here. Next up, Yulman also going incredibly wide, letting Smerteroni through. What can Smerteroni do? Can he get pole position? He's been fairly quick all weekend. No, he can't. Only has to settle for P2. Still a very good lap time. Next up, Banks has already said this lap time. Barry Kruger in the wall. Can Ennis do? Oh, can only go P5. Lost a few temps in the final sector. Next up, Barry Kruger. Like I said, not the greatest lap for him. Andreas was a 10th down, exiting sector 2, but it's always time to improve. And he does look like he's going a bit quicker. What's it going to be for the man from Belgium? His only representative, only P11 for him, not quite rapid enough. Porbeck now coming through Curva Parabolica, but he's invalidated his lap time. He's a few temps off, so I don't think it's going to be any improvement for him. And the only person still on track is Ivan Karakov, but he has reason to celebrate. Qualifying is essentially over now, and Ivan Karakov is going to lead us away from pole position. That is fantastic to see. 29999. Bang, bang. Wow. I am happy to see that. I really am. 17 people watching. If you're enjoying this stream, please check out the link below. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, join the Discord. We would love to have you, whether that be just watching us or racing for us. I don't know who, I'm not going to pronounce that name is, Routinho, so there's no point telling me that. Whew. And look at that. Wow, that field would be so close if it wasn't for Ivan Karakov stretching us away. Lokic may have competition, so I'm going to file that in. Ivan Karakov, as long as he finishes this race, is guaranteed a point at the very least. And it is one he deserves, you'd have to say. What a position, or let me go through the standings instead, actually. So, Ivan Karakov getting pole, followed by Smirtroni in P2. Laxa and Gio making up the second row of the grid, followed by Ennis and Tomesis. Aston Martin and Mercedes looking very good today. Relo Dia, followed by Bax and Yulliman. And with Barry Kruger from F4 making up the top 10, Andreas Porbeck rounding out the positions, and Iwan Emre, Litwa, Apo, and Susie not being able to set a time. Shocking stuff from them. No, they all had qualifying bans, bar Susie, whose wheel disconnected, and possibly isn't in the session. That is important to add. I hope he is. I do hope he is. Bang, 1 point. For pole position. I believe formation lap is on, but I'm not so sure. I don't think formation lap is on, actually, so we're gonna get away quite rapidly. And Newcastle United are now beating Fulham 4-0 at Craven Cottage. Miguel Almiron scoring 2 goals. I mean, when does that happen? That hasn't happened in at least 4 years. So beautiful stuff. Beautiful to know. No. Oh, and my phone isn't charging. That's not good to know. Oh, nope. Lights out. And away we go. There's no formation lap. What on earth are we going? We're going now. Drive-through penalty for Susie. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Ivan Belov getting a pretty good lead. Laxa to the outside. This is fascinating stuff. The Mercedes too wide. The top 6 dropping the guys behind. Ennis with a terrible start. Oh, there's been a bit of contact. Laxa pushed wide. Getting 3 seconds time penalty. That will know that be removed. But Laxa recovering to get at least P4, I want to say. Any action in the midfield? Quite a lot. Lots of rapid guys at the back who didn't get to set a lap time. Going back to the lead. Tomesis securing P1. Ivan Belov getting a bit of a bad start there. That's unfortunate for him. Any crashes in the back? Oh, yes, it's, I believe, Rogerwell spinning Litwa. Really, really unfortunate stuff there. Or Susie, and Susie is going quite slowly, so I'm going to say it was Susie that caused the incident instead. And there's another crash, and it's Apo into the wall. Bit of a dangerous rejoin there, might be reported. Does Apo have damage? I think he does. I'm not seeing. Oh, no, he does. No damage for him, or at least no serious damage, and that Lithuanian-Job's dead as Yulliman spins around at the exit of Ascari into the wall. And Susie spins again. No front wing for Susie now. That may be cause for a safety car. Not the greatest of rejoins, but it's okay. And there's a virtual safety car, actually. So, for the Williams Shrivers, this has been an absolutely terrible restart. Looks like there's going to be a few reports, but not as bad as I've seen elsewhere. Rogerwell into the pit lane with damage. So maybe it was Rogerwell that made the contact with Litwa. Litwa already recovering to P13. So, not great, but not awful. Pit stop strategies there. Thank you for showing me. It looks like it's going to be a pretty easy medium to hard. Yeast, you're in the party. Join the party. Don't just watch the video. Christ. Susie retiring in the pit lane. Wheel disconnecting. Doesn't look like today was the day meant for him. Unfortunate to see. Don't know when this virtual safety car is going to be disappearing. Hopefully not too soon. And Yeast doesn't have a good connection, but you're on Rocket League. Rocket League. You have a good enough connection for Rocket League. I see. How disappointing. Our very own RPM Yeast. How could I? Oh, he's on FIFA. That's even worse. Andreas with a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car. Oh dear, that's really, really, really unfortunate for Andreas. He's going to have to pit in the next 3 laps. And he's not even to pit, just drive through the pit lane. That is going to cripple his race unless he can find a safety car later on in this race to bring him back into the action. Does Andreas go into the pit lane immediately? Yes, he does. He's going to serve his drive-through penalty. That's going to put him absolutely at the back of the field, maybe P15 at a stretch. Anyone going for an overtake? Not quite, but people are very, very close to each other. Yolman setting the fastest lap under virtual safety car. Incredible stuff. Well, what can you say? Oh, is that Alex going for a move on Ivan? No, not quite. But he is setting his fastest lap at the very least. Lovely stuff from Gio. He's going for the move next. I can't see anyone as of now. Good trying to check who's on what tyre. Roger Well on the softs. Obviously, he didn't start on them though. Most people, wow, it seems like a pretty convincing medium hard strategy for most. Ennis and Barry, the only men on the hard tyres. That does explain Ennis's bad start. We've got another yellow flag. It's for Yolman spinning, going at the second Lesmo. And he's got a front wing missing again. And there's another crash. Oh dear, and it's Ennis spinning at the exit of Ascari. Possible contact there with someone else. I'm not too sure. But that's really bad for the Aston Martin driver. But another virtual safety car. Not a full course safety car, so the guys at the back aren't being saved quite yet. Ennis without damage, so he can continue, and he didn't lose an awful amount of time. But it's obviously not preferred, and on those hard tyres, it's too early to pit. But very, very, very unfortunate. When is this virtual safety car going to come in, and who's the best gainer? I'll get rid of them. Get rid of the chat, man. We've had this too often. Oh, Apo with a drive-through penalty, and I want to say Laxa also. I feel like it popped up twice. I think Laxa may have got a drive-through penalty as well. Let me check. Leader penalties. Nope, not quite for Laxa. I don't know why it did that. But Apo, the new man, had to get a drive-through penalty. There was 2, 3 actually because of Susie as well. Susie obviously not getting to serve it. But really unfortunate stuff, and we're yet to have a clean lap of racing, I believe. Hopefully lap 5 has better fortune. People are really struggling. This is a intense track, only 11 corners, but if you get one of them wrong, you're going to lose a lot of time. So people were pushing themselves as much as they can. Very, very quick circuit as well. Just speeding through it. You compare this to, in real life, Singapore. This track feels like a breeze. Singapore, a marathon, as Ivan Karakov going into the inside of turn 1, getting the move done very easily on Mises. We've got another yellow flag, and it's Roger Well spinning. And Apo speeding into the pit lane, trying to serve his penalty. Ivan also getting an overtake on his teammate Porback as Roger Well spins once more in Ascari. And Apo, that 5-second penalty is dodgy, to say the least. Really, really bad stuff from him. What is this camera angle? Tamisa's getting back past Ivan Karakov at some point. Very sorry to miss the action. And Gio was wearing a fish head. Roger Well spinning once more. These camera angles are awful. Oh my god. Please, give us a camera angle that isn't on the floor. That's all I want, all I ask. If you never raced at Monza before, get used to this. DRS trains, it's so hard to break away from the guy behind. Unless you're on a different compound or just have a superior speed, you're not going to overtake. So, very, very good. But it's, it can be boring. But I have a feeling that Ivan Karakov is going to go with the move again. I don't think he's settling for P2 or ERS saving as of right now. To the inside he goes. He's going to send it into T1 again. Oh, not giving Tamisis too much space, but he gets it slowed down for turn 1. Lovely stuff as Ivan sets the fastest lap. Nothing much Tamisis can do here, but can he go for an overtake again? I'm not so sure, but in the backfield, wow, Real Dio going for a move on Banks. Curva Grande. It is easy to get the slipstream and go for a move there. Is Rio going to send it? No, I think he thinks better of it. And Apo spins at Parabolica. His race looking soon to be over. Not a great showing from him so far. Pit one more time and he may even be lapped. So bad. But Ivan Karakov able to stay in the lead this time. With the Mercedes hunting him down. And Roger Well spinning once more has really not been a very good race for him. Yeah, not great for Roger Well. Is he going into the pit lane? No, he's not. He is sticking with it, in all fairness. If he was to pit, he would be lapped. Tomisis getting a much better exit out of Ascari, however, on the back of Ivan, looking like he was going to go into a move for Parabolica, but he does think better of it for now. He gets the DRS in the main straight, and he should fly past, you would expect. But what about Gio? If Gio goes on the ERS heavy, he maybe also gets a move. But the Banks has spun at some point, losing his front wing. I believe that's a collision with someone, and it's another virtual safety car. I believe not a full course safety car. No. And Demetrius not able to make the move. Okay, so with 3 virtual safety cars, a virtual safety car lasts about a lap, I would say. I think that's fair to say. We're going to have to investigate what happened with Banks there. Maybe he just lost control of the car and went into the wall. Not so sure. Apo, I would expect to pit and serve his 5-second penalty now. Just make the most sense. He's not going to get lapped, going quite slowly. But this does mean that the drivers ahead are getting to conserve their tyres. And Smetteroni just pushing Relodia. Oh, no. So, Relodia getting a drive-through penalty. So does Banks, and I want to say that Smetteroni may have caused that. Smetteroni absolutely pushing. What's it called? What's his name? Absolutely pushing. I've just lost my train of thought now. What's I saying? I've just went dumb. It's Oh yeah, well I think Smetteroni may have braked a bit late, pushing poor old Fargo into the drive-through penalty zone. The Delta breaking it as we see. Reloading into the pit lane immediately. I assume Banks is to follow. And also a spinner that I want to say is Barry Kruger. I'm not particularly sure, but someone definitely going very slowly into Curva Parabolica. As my brain just completely ceases to exist there. Not much I can do. Tomisis now looking on the back of Ivan Karakov, going for a move at some point, you'd have to assume. The battling at the front has been very fierce so far. But, unlike other people battling, it's been safe. Banks serving his drive-through penalty at the first opportunity. That is the 5th drive-through penalty of this race. Questions need to be asked, boys. What are you going on, guys? But to me, it's not getting the best exit out of Ascari, but with the DRS and the main straight, I don't think it mattered too much. We got nice to see 2 Ero guys at the front of the pack. We only have about 5 of them. Look at them go. Maybe adding Tomisis to the mix soon, you never know. But this top 5 flying away from the guys behind. We've got another yellow flag, and it's Ivan spinning at the exit of Parabolica, so that gap's going to extend even further now. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate for the guys ahead, as Rogerwell has now been lapped, actually, so a really, really, really bad race for him so far, but he's keeping with it. Things can change, you never know. I would be happy to see them change. And Tomisis now actually in the lead of this race in all that commotion, with Litwa able to make the overtake, and there's now 8 seconds between the top 5 and the guys below. A stark contrast to what was going on in qualifying. Everyone couldn't get away from each other. So happy to see this. I'm going to take a breathing break. Give me a second. And I am back. Nice to see a little train forming in the midfield here, by the way. Smirteroni, Ivan and Barry Kruger. Very, very close to each other. Ivan maybe getting out of DRS range, but it looks like he's using the ERS. Very, very, very important to say, actually. ERS. Incredibly important here is Ivan Karakov going to the inside of Tomisis, looking for the overtake. Emre also going to the outside of Linus, getting the move done. 2 overtakes on one straight. All is well and done. Perfect stuff. The Mercedes guys still occupying the podium positions there, and Emre getting overtaking Linus, I have to say, very, very early on in that straight. So I'm going to have to assume that maybe Linus not getting the best of exits there. But this stuff is fascinating to watch. All 5 of them flying away, I have to say. We've got another yellow flag, and it's now Yollerman exiting the Ascari. Looks like he might have front wing damage. Yes, he does. It's the right front wing end plate missing from his car. That's going to have to be a pit, and I assume he's going to be lapped, unfortunately. Oh, there's a fly in my room. Thanks. But yeah, so coming through, and what's it going to be? Is it going to be a pit lane? You'd have to pit. You have to accept that you're going to be lapped. Yeah, that's unfortunately what Yellowman has to do. As a Smerteroni is breaking away from Barry Kruger, it must be said there. Yellowman retiring from the session. I cannot blame him, in all honesty. Cannot blame him. Maybe if the missing Eric Slim was here, we'd be able to do something about it. But no. Ivan getting moving Barry Kruger before the main straight. Barry Kruger is going to get the DRS advantage back, and you expect Barry Kruger to fly on through. Not the smartest overtake from Litwa, but Litwa knows he's faster. Unless he can defend into turn 1, which he's going to try and do, hugging the inside. It's a 3-second time penalty. But Kruger going for the overtake, going a bit wide, and allowing I went back through is, I believe that's Laxa spinning at Della Roggio. I don't know quite why, don't know if there was contact, but he's lost control of the car and is now 7 seconds behind top 4. What has happened there? Did he go for a move and get pushed off? I'm not entirely sure, in all honesty. But what I am sure of is that that's not helped his race at all. That has separated him from the pack. He's in his own train now. He's not going to get the DRS or the slipstream, which means he can't save ERS. That is going to hurt him. Unless a safety car comes up and saves him, I think the top 4 may be hard to achieve for him now. And he looked so good in qualifying. I would like to see him at the front of the pack. He's not been able to show and flex his muscles yet. It's Ivan Karakov, the first man into the pit lane. You'd expect him to be pitting onto the hard tyres, the lovely yellow overalls of the Ferrari, who of course raced it in real life, wearing yellow. Lovely, lovely overalls. I wish they committed a bit more to it. And Karakov, yep, P9, P10, Litwa also pitting. Can he get out ahead of Andreas? I think he will be fine, in all honesty. But we're going to see. And what's it going to be? Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. You can't do that much better, to be honest. And now, what's going to be interesting to see is the teamwork between Tomesis and Gio. Obviously, as teammates who are chatting to each other, they're definitely talking to each other, they're in a party. They care about the team. They are not going to sacrifice that thing in order to put themselves over the team. I'm really excited to see this. I think we're on for a very exciting finish. Captain Emre and Laxa. Oh, well, yeah, sorry. And Ivan Karakov are going to have to work out, how do we beat these guys? How do we beat these people? They know what they're doing. They know how to drive in the safest way possible to preserve their lead. And that's one tactic, clearly. Agiadu is the first to pit of the Mercedes. You'd expect Tomesis to pit the lap next. And Captain Emre is having to fight 2 people. You don't see this much in league racing. But Captain Emre is now going to have to decide, who do I battle? Tomesis or Gio? Do I cover Gio or do I stay out with Tomesis? We don't know. I imagine Emre doesn't know. I'm very excited to see, but where is Gio going to come out? Is it going to be ahead of Ivan Karakov? I think it's going to be very tight into turn 1. This is like Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton last year. But Gio securing the position, so going long, I think it's proven to work just a tiny bit there, but Gio is going to be on cold, hard tyres. So Karakov looking for a move into turn 4. Is he going to go to the inside or outside? I think it's going to be the inside. And no, in fact, he pulls out of it. Gio probably using a tiny bit of ERS just to get that boost to stay ahead. And now he can warm his tyres up in the Lesmos. Karakov stuck behind. This is really, really entertaining to see. I'm getting another yellow flag, and I believe that's just Roger Well again. Yeah, Roger Well, no front wing, really not being his day. And it's a full course safety car. Oh dear. So, talking about the strategy calls there, and all of a sudden, it's a no-brainer. Everyone into the pit lane, and I'm really sorry to say, but I think Gio and Ivan Karakov are going to lose out here just a bit on older tyres. They're going to be on older tyres, and they're not going to have track position. That is so unfortunate. Who's going to get a better stop? Paulback speeding into the pit lane. Obviously not what he would want. Everyone else being fine. Can Gio do it? Fine, yeah. But who is going to come out in the lead? It's going to be a Geodude or Tomesis. Andreas getting 5 second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. Not what you'd want, and yeah, not even a contest. Tomesis into the lead, followed by Emre. So Emre staying out that one lap worked, you'd have to say. And now I'm interested to see how does Tomesis let Gio get back into P2? Because they're chatting, they know what's up. This is a lifesaver for Laxa, that's important to say. Paul Beck and Andreas speeding into pit lane, that's ruined their race. That is not a penalty that can really ever be removed unless someone has pushed you into the pit lane. Let's see, I'm going to have a drink, though. No, everyone else is pitted, and I assume everyone onto... Everyone onto the hard tyres, apart from Kruger and Ennis. Also Roger Well, but Roger Well's lapped. He's not really going to be much of a factor. So for Roger Well, what he needs to do is let everyone through immediately. Of the people that are behind him, as they're not getting involved in the action. It's unfortunate, but this game doesn't allow cars to unlap themselves, so there's not much we can do. But I'm so sorry. I'm used to co-host. Edit that out. Please edit that out. That was awful. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for my crudeness there. Pardon me. And I'm sorry, I'm jinxing this quite significantly, but don't put that on golden quotes. Oh, dear God, I'm so sorry. Either way, Ennis and Kruger on the alternative strategy. This is now looking quite good for them. What's going on? Let's see what's going on in the world. Anything interesting for you guys to know? Ooh, I don't believe so. Either way, we have 15 drivers in this race. 14 with the ability to be competitive at least. It's quite surprising that Andreas and I believe Porbeck didn't try and pit again to serve their penalty now. But they're going to commit to the 5 seconds. Fair enough. It's not great either way, but I would have pitted now. They might get the choice to pit now, admittedly. Nope, they won't. Sorry about that. Safety car is in this lap. Green flag racing. Here we go again. Safety car. Driving away, getting ready to go into the pits. People weaving. Laxa having to go a bit off track. Going to make sure everything here is legal. We've had a few safety car incidents. Tomesis really backing up the pack. This is quite slow. And when Tomesis goes, I think everyone's going to have warmed up tyres. So I'm not sure this is the best strategy here. If there's any contact, I'm going to have to report everything. I hope not. But Tomesis goes just before Curva Parabolica, and he actually blindsides Emre quite a bit there. Gio obviously knowing when he's going to go, so Gio You'd expect to press, and yeah, that's an 8/10 advantage, which means this lovely, lovely stuff. A fantastic, absolutely fantastic safety car. Um, release, whatever. Gio going wide into turn one, a little bit of contact with Ivan, but Gio keeps the position for now, and is too wide in the back. Barry Kruger making the overtake on Smerteroni, Ennis making another overtake on Reload Dia. Not much else going on. Roger Well getting to the back of the field, very nicely done. Thank you for that. Watching the footage, I'm not seeing any more battling. There's no more sides for now. Tomisis building up that lead to Captain Emre, but Gio going wide, getting out. Getting out of the DRS of Emre. Gets activated in 3 laps time, but even being in this position, you have to push more and more and more. Litwa getting the overtake done on Ennis. Ennis maybe going for a move, I'm not sure. Oh, no, could have been a corner cut warning, but Litwa slowing the pack down, going side by side with Ennis. Definitely go this way there. Roger Well into the wall again, and that may be another safety car. Yes, it is. It's another safety car. This is now when Andreas and Paulbeck have to pit Roger Well. It's not been his day, and oddly enough, Tomisis into the pit lane, looking to go onto the soft tyres. Gio following, and the only people to stay out appear to be Captain Enray, Barry Kruger, Litwa, Ennis, and Raylo Dia. Wow, everyone committing to the soft tyre immediately. Gio Dia might be slogged down here, having to. Yeah, he was stuck behind Tomisis in the pits, and you can see there that he's lost a few positions there. That's unfair. But he's lost to Smerteroni and Laxa Karakov as well. Okay, I can't report that, but that's the game being stupid and the game really hurting Agiadu there. He was ahead of Yoloman and he was forced to slow down to get Yoloman through. I can't do much about that, but I feel very bad. Andreas and Porbeck also pitting. I'm surprised that these guys are committing to the soft tyres. I really am, in all fairness. As someone that has done this strategy before, the softs don't go that long. I mean, this is puncture territory. This really is puncture territory. So I'm excited to see what the strategy is. But I don't know. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. I actually think someone like Barry Kruger is in the best position to win here. Or Ennis. Those softs, they work for a bit, but when there's so little corners and so high tyre wear, it's actually... Oh, Litwa decides he actually is going to pit. And could he actually beat Karakov? Could he actually, under safety car, profit immensely from staying out? I think Litwa's going to jump everyone. How has Litwa done that? Can Karakov maybe get through it up to the safety car line? And no, I think Litwa somehow jumped half the field. That is, wow. So I think what's happened there is everyone was stuck in the pit lane, whether it be because someone's driving into their pit box, coming out of their pit box, just driving down the road. Litwa didn't have to face that. So he now has a set softer of tyres. Sorry, a lap less wear and a track position. So all of a sudden, I'd have to guess that Litwa is in a good position to do pretty well here. He's not going to... I mean, he might, his tyres are still going to age at the end. And that is the interesting thing, is that these tyres, they age. They really do age. So at the end of this race, people like Ivan and, Ivan, Litwa, all of the soft runners, their tyres are going to die. So if they don't get the moves done immediately, they're in danger of slipping down the order at the end, because they're not going to, on lap 27, they're not going to be able to make overtakes. Their tyres are going to be dead. Ennis and Kruger don't have that issue. And their tyres aren't going to really, just fall off a cliff. So, I'm interested to see what happens here. I really am. I'm sorry for the long silence, but I'm gonna say, I'm gonna bet already. Ennis is gonna win this, followed by Tamesis, and Iwan. What type of penalty does Iwan have? I believe it's a 3 seconds. It's a 3 seconds, but I saw it. He was alongside someone that could be removed. I'm gonna say Litwa. No, Ennis, Litwa, Tamesis on track at the very least, ignoring penalties. And you can see Captain Emre, by the way, started P16. He is now P1. That is all thanks to the quali ban. But he's on the hard tyres. The safety car is in this lap. But the hards and the mediums, there isn't too much of a difference there. So I this is up. I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm excited. Two hard runners, two medium runners, and the pack behind hunting them down like dogs. Someone's going to win, but I don't know. I really don't know who it's going to be. But I'm excited to see, when does Emre go? He takes a leaf out of Tamesis' book, goes before Parabolica. And there's a spinner already, and it's actually Litwa. So I've jinxed that immediately. Litwa spins straight away. Barry Kruger looking to go down the inside. No, outside of Emre, a bit of a jinx there. Ooh, a little bit of contact. But Emre getting pushed slightly wide there. Barry Kruger securing the position. Linus looks like he's spun. Well, he's been overtaken by quite a few cars at the very least. Captain Emre dropping down to P4, pushed very wide. Litwa with another time penalty. P2 definitely not achievable anymore. And Kruger into the lead of this race. Oh dear, Ennis has spun out actually. Oh dear, terrible camera angle again. Ennis spins out, but takes, I want to say, Captain Emre, no, Tamesis with him. And all of a sudden, Barry Kruger has a 2 second gap to P2. The man from F4, he's yet to race in F3, and boy is he stamping his mark of authority. 2 seconds behind Captain Emre on those hard tyres. I'm not so sure that Captain Emre could catch, and even if he did, Tamesis is going to be stuck behind. So I'm going to go back there. We've got another retirement, and it's Banks this time crashing in Ascari, and it's another safety car. I don't want another safety car. But we're going to get one. We're going to get one. Ennis. So unfortunate, but if I was Ennis, pit now. Surely pit now. Is Emre pitting? Yes, he is. Sacrificing track position. So is Tamesis and Gio once more. Also, I want to say Apo also pit. No, my apologies. It was Patrick Varga. Litwa pitting once more, followed by Ennis. So, these soft tyres, this is when they need to be doing well. This is when they can't be sitting here waiting. The more they wait, the more it favours Barry Kruger. And the guys behind, from P8 to P13, oh, actually, Gio getting front wing damage, so maybe he was the one collected by poor old Ennis. It looked like Ennis had just span, then whoever was behind got collected, allowing, I want to say, Tamesis through. Really, really unfortunate, as Mercedes have been amazing all weekend, and then it's kind of unfolding at the final hurdle. But Barry Kruger here, I have to say, he's the only representative of Alfa Romeo. He's not even a full-time driver for Alfa Romeo. But this is looking good. There's also only, as there's been 3 virtual safety cars and 2 full safety cars, there's only one more opportunity for a safety car. And Andreas Claes has said that you can't even call this a race. It's just a virtual safety car. It's a procession, essentially. It's a parade lap. a parade race, I guess. It's been going for quite a while here, trying to catch up to the or back of the pack. I was right both times, whatever. I'm going to suggest that Sejika stays up this lap. Gio catches up, and we're going to go racing at the end of lap 22. Barry Kruger must be sweating. Um, this is unfounded potential here. He was in F5. I mean, he was too good. We put him in F4. And then I don't think he even finished, actually, yesterday. But he shot his shot anyway. And he went, Liam, could I race in F3? And I thought, you know what? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So, for sure, let's go. And here he is now. 17 drivers. Technically, 16 of them are supposed to be faster than him by an entire tier. Yet here, Barry Kruger is winning. And yes, Ivan Karakov, yes, Metroni, yes, Laxa could get the jump on him. But I'm not convinced that's how it's going to play out. I think Barry Kruger, on those medium tyres, can hold on. And bless him if he can, because this is going to be one of the best debuts I have ever seen. He was in the mid-pack for all of this race, but he's making the bold strategy call. He's the one on track position. He's the trailblazer. And I think... I think he has it in him. But with 5 laps to find out, starting from now. Barry Kruger already slowing down. Too wide in Ascari and not too short happened. The only penalties, 3 seconds for Laxa, 6 seconds for Ion. Laxa's penalty could be removed. In fact, it probably would be, so we're going to find out. I expect a few more people to get penalties in the final stages, but I only care about track position right now. And when is Barry Kruger going to go? It's going to be a lot sooner than Temesis, I have to say that. Way before Curva Baraholiga. And away we go for a 6-lap sprint, essentially. A 7/10 gap between Barry and Ivan Karakov. Barry is going to stay in the lead for turn 1. Is anyone else looking for a move? I don't believe so. Very, very, very exciting stuff as of yet. Barry Kruger extending his lead, exiting turn 2, entering turn 3, going towards De La Roggia. No signs of an overtake in the works just yet. Those soft tyres are 6 laps old already. They're going to be getting tired. But the newer softs aren't catching up either. This is a real tense battle. The guys on the softs, the 6-lap-old softs, are going to have to conserve. They're going to have to defend and attack. Barry only has to worry about defending. Doesn't matter if he sets the fastest lap. It just matters that he stays ahead. And the guys at the back, they can't think about defense. They have to attack. That's all they can do. I expect a few more crashes, in all honesty, as people get a bit desperate. Desperation starts to happen as a Gio setting a 3-second time penalty. That is effectively removing him from the points as of right now. Coming through to start lap 24. We have 4 laps of this race yet to go. Temesis setting the fastest lap on 121.9. Ivan Karakov very, very close, but without the help of DRS, not able to go for the move as of yet. And Porbeck and Andreas going side by side into turn 1. Porbeck making the move done, and Ivan Karakov spins into the wall. He's got front wing damage, needing a dangerous rejoin, but I don't think so. And that demotes him to the last position. He did get pole. This race was looking so good. Not anymore. Captain Emre going for a move on Temesis, gets it done, and someone going very wide. I believe that's Litwa. Not quite using the return route, but I'm not sure if that's penalty worthy. He is being very cautious nevertheless. Reload Dia also getting a bit out of shape somewhere on track. I'm not too sure where, but this is also breaking people away in DRS. The train is separating as people battle under pressure. Who's it going to be? Laxar looking for his first podium of the season. His season really hasn't kick-started yet. I believe he only has 8 points, I want to say. And next, Tamisis spinning on the exit of Ascari, going down into P11. So I think the final points-paying positions are going to be based on survivability, not pace. Anyone spinning at the exit of Curva Grande? So Curva Parabolica, not quite. Ivan Karagov racing to the pit lane. I want to see who else has damage. I'm not so sure. Litwa as well. Litwa speeding into the pit lane, possibly retiring from this race. Yes, he does. Ivan Karakov is staying in it for now. Would be classified if he retired. We're going to see Smirtroni half a second behind Barry Kruger, but not able to make the overtake. And Laxa dropping out of DRS is going to have to use the ERS to push on through. Without DRS, P2 is saying goodbye to him. And is he going to get it? I don't think he is. He's 1.2 seconds behind. He's gained 2 attempts, but not quite. Is literally going to get the DRS? Yes, he is. Sorry, Smetaroni, but Laxa now vulnerable to Apo behind, who we've not really spoke of much this race at all, apart from penalties. But he's now looking to do much better than expected. Barry Kruger, lovely exit there as Ennis gets a 3-second time penalty. That's going to really hurt his chances of points here. Good points at the very least. Looked so good for him at one point, but not quite materialising. As of late, we got Captain Enray going around the outside of Andreas into Parabolica. Who's going to make the move stick? It's going to be the man that uses the ERS. It's going to be Enray. But he's outside of the slipstream until Nobi tucks in now on the charge. The furthest guy ahead with newer softs is Porbeck going for a move on Apo. Who's going to make it stick? Porbeck to the inside, Apo on the outside. Who's going to get the better traction? I believe it's going to be Apo. No, it's actually Porbeck on the inside, depleting the ERS. He's run out of ERS already. Apo just keeping the position for now. And is Emre going to go for a move into Della Roggio? It'd be brave, but it's possible. Not quite. Apo braking quite slowly on the inside. Oh, and Andreas shunting. Oh dear, Andreas shunting Emre and then getting spanned by Ennis, I want to say. Unfortunately, it's really going to hurt them, those two. Yeah, and they're dropping down now, so Emre and Andreas, as devastating stuff for them. That will absolutely be reported, whether it be by the drivers or me. Only a lap and a half to go now. Barry Kruger still in the lead of this race. Smirtroni right on the back of him. Smirtroni, you'd imagine he's sailing his ERS. No, he's pushing on equal levels as ERS. We're going to go round the final corner to start the final lap. There's 4 attempts in it. We've got another yellow flag, and it's Captain Enray crashing into the wall at the exit of the Scarring. Oh no. Oh, who's going to do it? Spadoroni in the slipstream. Is he going to make the dive? Barry Kruger out of ERS. Not quite. Barry Kruger keeping the position for now. There is another DRS straight. Nearly contact Curva Grande. You can make a move going into Della Roggio. Looking behind. What's going on? I can't quite see. Smirtroni, is he close enough to make a move into Della Roggio? He's 2 attempts behind. A tenth and a half behind. He's going to go to the outside. Barry Kruger keeping the inside. Oh, there's a little bit of contact like Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton, but Barry Kruger keeping the position for now, heading into the Lesmos. Around Lesmo 1, Smirtroni can't do much here. Bit of dirty air is going to slow him down. Those tyres, 10 laps old, are really going to get old now. Exiting Lesmo 1 onto the final DRS straight. Smirtroni pushing with everything he has. So is Barry Kruger. This is going to be so tight. Does Smirtroni go for an overtake at Ascari? Yes, he does. Barry Kruger at the inside. Smirtroni goes wide, but I think that's punishable. And Smirtroni spins! He spins! And he's lost P2. Barry Kruger's going to dominate this race. Oh my god! Smirtroni with a bit of a dangerous rejoin, but that doesn't matter because Barry Kruger is going to come around Curva Parabolica, and in his first ever Formula 3 race, he is going to win the Monza GP, the Italian Grand Prix, the Temple of Speed. He has the crown, followed by Laxa in P2 and Apo P3. Oh my god, what a finish! Porbeck gets P4, followed by Reload D in P5, Smurderoni can only manage P6 after such a good race for Smurderoni. On the final corner, it all went wrong for him. I imagine that's going to be reported. I expect him to think that Barry Kruger didn't leave the space, but with a 5-second gap, it might not even matter, even if there is a penalty. Oh my god. Wow, I'm out of breath. Gio and Tamesis rounding out the fourth row of the grid. I didn't get to see who else finished in the points. Oh my god. Wow. What a finish. I'm proud of my boy, Barry Kruger. This is why you ask for stuff. You put yourself at the front of the line. You get given what you want. You don't even need to deserve it. But if you say, I'm here, first place, getting to stand above the Tifosi in Italian colours. What a victory. What a victory. I'm going to give a round of applause for that. Laxa getting on the podium in P3. He has a 3-second time penalty, but that was because of a shunt at the start, so I do expect him to get P2. Ultimately, we're going to be interviewing the top 3 as always. Ennis getting some points, and Andreas getting the final point. Ivan Karakov finishing P11, but he will get a point for pole and a point for fastest lap. We're going to go through the race director very quickly, just in case anyone needs to report anything. Ooh. Lots of warnings on the final lap, people pushing like mad. Captain Enray, the final guy to finish, classified at the fairing race with Litwa, Banks, Rogerwell, Yulman and Susie. Not able to finish the race, but what a Grand Prix. Wow, I'm gutted I don't have someone to talk to about this. But I'm going to find 3 people now, and their names you probably already know. Barry Kruger, Lena Scholz, and Apple Topo. Wow, that was incredible. That really was incredible. Let me see if I can get these guys added to the party. This is a party with Yeast, who never turned up. No, it was never expected in all fairness. Let me get their names. It's Farova, Pahipi, Farova, Barry Kruger, with a very nice to add name. And finally, Ero Laxa. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. I know you wanted to join. You get to join. You get to celebrate your victories. What a fantastic race at Monza. It usually provides quite a show, and it provides once more. Oh my lord. There was at one point I nearly said no to Kruger. I'm so glad I didn't. I'm so glad I didn't. There is interviews. I've invited everyone to the interviews. Whew. What a result.
It was a cool result, yes.
Is that it?
I don't know, I get P2, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm going to assume you're reporting time penalty.
Yeah, easy. I got in turn 2 because I cut it because there was like 3 people on my right side and I had no space. And then I lost 3 positions, so I think it should be an easy report.
Yes, I mean, watching it didn't look like a penalty, and obviously because it was a singular penalty, you don't even need to provide the race director.
I still have it.
Yeah, but the race director literally doesn't matter because it doesn't matter
Yeah,
how
I
many
know.
warnings
Yeah,
you get. Yeah. But that was fantastic stuff. I guess I'll interview you first. I'm not sure if Barry Kruger is going to turn up, but I mean, I need to say just before you were there, I think was it you that messaged me about Barry Kruger?
Yes.
That Barry Kruger wanted to race?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
he messaged me because I didn't give the okay initially. I didn't say anything. Um, and then yeah, wow. I mean that was just incredible. I'm so
It's an
hyped.
it's an F4 1-2 easy.
And, no, you are not an F4.
But I'm F4 commentator.
Okay, all right, sure. I guess you get to count that. I believe it was Demesis and P8, correct?
Barry Kruger can't turn up because his power is going out again. Yeah, I think it was Demesis, yes.
Yeah, I know. Murphy didn't race. Banks DNF. Geo 6 points. Apo 18 for now. Well, yeah, 15. And Smirteroni only got 8 points. When Smirteroni absolutely should have won this race. No, not should have won.
I should have won.
P2. Even without the penalty, you're not going to be P1.
I know.
Reload G, I want to say, was P10. But he could have been actually P.
Where Ennis?
Something. Ennis got Ennis got P9.
Okay.
Ennis, I really thought on the alternative strategy, I thought Ennis was going to do a lot better, and then it just
he got hit. Oh no.
Oh, he got hit at Della Ruggia. It looked like he span.
No, he told me that someone tried to go two or three right there, and then Andreas ended up sideways, and he hit into him and got front wing damage.
Oh dear, that is unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. I think it
was looking very good for Aston Martin.
Yeah, I want to say Porbeck got P12. Yeah, Shalasco didn't race. You obviously 15 points for you. You got 9 points all season, and now look at you. You got to double that in just Monza, which last year Monza wasn't your track.
No.
Admittedly. So it's nice to see that slightly improved. Yeah.
By the way, Apo shared his feelings.
Oh, would you like me to do Apo's thoughts first, or?
Yeah.
I hope everything is all good, and congratulations on that incredible win.
I thought you would read it out loud.
I am. I was just
okay.
That was the Barry Kruger. Sorry. So let me see. So Apo Tarpas says, great race. P15 to P3 is very good, I think. The first few laps were very bad. I don't know why I spun 2 times, but yeah. I then got the penalties. I thought the race was over at that point and almost retired, but decided to not. And that decide paid off. I don't know why I didn't automatically translate the message. But either way, wow! Apo, I'm proud of you. You got a quality down and you still got P3. When you're supposed to do well, you do terribly. When you're supposed to be terrible, you do well. But either way, we only have one person in the party, so we're going to interview that one person, Linus. What did you think you could realistically achieve from this race? Before
the race?
Before the race, after qualifying.
Realistically, I was hoping for top 5, top 10. Because I know that Monza isn't my best track. But I also had hope because we had a lot of quali bands and I finished very good in quali, so I was, maybe there is something to gain, maybe there's a bit of hope. And well, it ended well.
It ended very well. I mean, I imagined when you saw that Smirteroni had went wide at Ascari, because I just want to add, because there's people talking about it. Smirteroni span 2 corners after being pushed off, quote unquote, by Smertroni. They're two separate incidents. But I'm guessing you were ecstatic when you saw Smertroni spin off with one corner to go.
Liam Cross needs a warning. Cool.
Who said that?
Alex. Mercedes is a little bit annoyed.
Well, you know, Alex is welcome to be annoyed. Whoever loses out is annoyed. Whoever loses out thinks it is bad. That's fine.
But I'm also...
what happens.
I'm also a bit annoyed, to be honest.
Oh, well, what happened with you?
You might have seen that I spun in turn 4. Anyway, I spun in turn 4 and I wanted to avoid, I think it was Emre in front of me. I broke a tad later than him, so I needed to kind of avoid him, maybe not, I just tried to avoid him to not get in any danger. And with that I locked up the front and rears and I spun. So I still hate the tier for using ABS. Just want to share the message.
That's okay. That's, you know, not much we could do. If we got rid of ABS, maybe you'd do better. But
yes,
that's why we don't get rid of ABS. half the tier is pro users and the other are ABS. It's a nice balance to see who's better. Let's just say you can do it as your own little rivalry. You've got, you know, Stevie for your Radical, Yulliman for your Alpha, blah 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 blah. I want to check one thing. This is for you. Let me see how many people are racing an F2.
But what if I want to commentate F2?
Well, to be fair, if you say that you want to race an F2 and then you find out that Chibs isn't racing an F2, I guess you have no choice because you've stated that you are available. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Ah, that's unlucky.
So that looks like race that isn't going to be able to race. But we're going to, I guess we'll maybe try and get him into F1 instead. But you're not going to be able to race, I'm so sorry.
What if I tell you that I race without line? Well, I didn't, so just
5, 6,
forget
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Maybe if you don't have enough slots, we could get you into racing into F1.
I mean, I could try. I did a lot of practice without line. I basically just turned it on for the race.
You know, as an admin of Ero and a commentator, I do genuinely get proud seeing drivers that aren't necessarily our drivers, although Ero doesn't have a team, but seeing people, how do I say, seeing people improve within the league, it's nice to see, and you are one of those people. F3 is essentially a group of people that have just improved, and I've got better as time went on. There's lots of arguing in the chat.
As always.
As always, but you know, this is what happens after a race. People get a bit annoyed. There's characters, and when you have characters, there's also a bit of that.
I'm not one of them. Never.
Yeah, okay. No, either way. You're a pleasure to have. You're a fantastic little helper. You're an elf, Linus.
Okay, thank you. Whatever.
I wouldn't say thank you to that really, but it's whatever. Hopefully chat. Yeah, everyone's angry. But yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did thoroughly enjoy it, and I'm gonna actually immediately get the standings done because I'm so excited.
Before we end this, can I greet someone?
Can you? Yes, of course.
Yeah, definitely Ennis. He gave me a slipstream in the quali and made possible that I was leading before turn 1. Even though I needed to tell him to shut up for the last lap, but apart from that, he was a big help in the race. Thank you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's no secret that you and Ennis are one of the better teams. As in, when I say better teams, I mean that you actually do work together. You care about the team. Same with Mercedes and at one point Ferrari and
Well,
quite a few other
Mercedes
teams. McLaren as well.
Mercedes
Like
double stacked twice today. I don't know about that.
Yeah, but I think they knew what they were doing. They're talking to each
Yeah.
other. I think, and that's the strategy call. Although they you didn't see it, but at one point Gio got slowed down in the pit lane.
Jumped in, and I jumped in.
Yeah, but he had to stop for the element.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, he actually stopped on the pit lane to let element go through, which is not how it works in Formula One. But what can you do? Thankfully, Chat 69 has been hidden. But yes, so it was actually Porbeck with 12 points. So Porbeck, I have to say, Porbeck, after the crippling Stewart verdicts yesterday, or before then, for last week's race, he's come back with a bang. Have to give him a lot of credit for that to get P12. He looks like a very fast driver in this to yet to showcase his full potential. But I'm just going to do all of this while you're here. Why not? So Lockett Clout is still first, but Tamesis has now gained a lovely little 4 points on him, going up to 72 points. And then Murphy, he's still 36 behind. 36 points behind him. We didn't race today, but it's on 49
But
points.
one question, is the stream still on?
The stream is still on, yes.
Can I go? I want to make the Mercedes a bit jealous.
Go on ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for the interview, Liam. Good commentary today.
Thank you very much.
Hope to see you next week, same place
Yes,
here.
I will. And it will be with Ken, because Ken is...
Oh, Ken, yeah, oh, yeah. I need to get another podium then.
Yes.
But yeah, see you hopefully next week.
You too. Have a nice one. Well, that was Linus, everyone, enjoying his victory. A very, very good victory indeed. I was going to say that Apo, with those 18 points, is now 48 points, solidifying himself fourth in the championship. And then you have a nice little group of Banks, Gio, Patrick Farga, and Schmerteroni in the top 8, all on 30s. This is looking like a really good season. I'm 6 rounds in, with 11 to go. I've got to say, this could be anyone's. This really could be anyone's. And Barry, also, I have to give it to Barry Kruger, who is a bit too far down to get into the standings. However, he would slot in P11th or P11 already, and he's only been here one race. So absolutely have to congratulate him on that one. Fantastic stuff. Really, really, really good stuff. What that means for the constructors, I don't know. So let me get that going. So it was 6 points for. Let me hang on. Yeah, 6 points for a Geodude, 4 for Tamesis, Alex Slim, a no-show, a UA as they call it. Andreas getting a solitary point. Then it was Banks getting no. What did Banks get? Banks got a DNF. And not an underscored DNF, just a normal DNF. Ivan Karakov getting a 2 points with the underline. Apparently I'm too far. I don't know what that means. But I don't care. Porbeck, obviously, with a fantastic 12. Litwa not quite as good with those standings of Kruger. I don't know what he's talking about. Reloading getting a lovely 10 points. Apo with 18. A fantastic result for Alpine. 28 points. Stop distracting me, please. Roger Well, not the greatest of races. Unfortunately, just a DNF. Apparently, I've got a skill issue, which is fair enough, admittedly. And it's getting only 2 points. Could have been so much more for him. Laxa on the podium with 15 fantastic points. Murphy not getting to race today was replaced by Susie, who didn't do too didn't do much better, admittedly, so unfortunate, but it was a DNF there, and a DNS for Velasco. Then finally, the 25 points, the big daddy points for Passion Radical. Not finally, sorry. 25, let me get there. You're watching me work in motion. I'm not the quickest worker, I have to be honest. And then finally, Schmerteroni with only 8. Should have been more, and I imagine it will be reported, but I'm excited to see what happens next. And also, Yoloman. Oh, what's Swatinio saying? I don't know. And Yoloman with another DNF. What does this mean for the Constructors' Championship? As of right now, this is what we're going to find out. Provisionally, things could change, but Mercedes are now in the lead of the championship with 109 points. AlphaTauri sinking to second with 104. Alpine all the way up to 87, 22 points behind the lead. And Aston Martin, the fourth best team, finally a full-time driver stamping their authority, getting a podium. Lovely stuff. And then Williams, McLaren, Ferrari, Red Bull, Haas, and Alfa Romeo rounding out the grid. But there's no team that is bad, which I'm very happy to know. I'm very happy to know. Apparently, Belgium is a Baltic country. I think Wittingen went insane, so we're gonna move on from that. Yeah, wow. I have nothing else to say. I am just really, really, really happy to see things go well. This is a fantastic race. I'm going to head off. So I hope you've enjoyed this stream. It's been an hour and 30 minutes of carnage. As always, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, maybe share it to a friend who might want to watch your race. Click the link in the description below, join the Discord, enjoy all of Ero's festivities, become a driver, become a viewer, become a member of the community. We'd be lucky to have you. Following on from today at 7 p.m, PS F2 on PC and PlayStation is going to be going ahead, so please watch one of them at least. Going to be fantastic battles going on. And from tomorrow, after the Singaporean Grand Prix in real life, racing at once again will be PC F4 from 4 p.m. BST. And 2 hours later, 6 p.m. BST, PSF1, you get to watch me, Kalle Pokkanen, Race King, Guillaume de Rugner, Aurélien Lepenroux, some fantastic drivers, Joshua Evans, Jerome Visa. It's going to be a blast, I assure you. But you got to watch, you got to tune in to find out. But with that out of the way, I've been your host, Liam Cross. It's been a pleasure to come to today. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely day.